Hey e-commerce friends, in this video I'm going to talk about how to hire the right Google Ads / Adwords agency for your e-commerce brand. So first of all, managing Google Ads is probably one of the most difficult parts to outsource from your business. If you do it properly, that means that your account is growing and with your account also your business. So maybe you should not outsource it too soon. It's also one of the best educations in terms of learning how to do direct marketing that I know of. So there's two options basically that you can do it. First, you can decide whether you want to have it in-house, or second, you can go with an agency that is maybe specialized in that discipline. So most people, most brands are selecting actually the first method, which is like bringing it in-house out of the reason to have some cost saving going on. Well, in our opinion, or in my opinion, that might be false economy, because just by focusing on the cost being saved, you're not focusing on optimizing the accounts or having the right skill set in place to make sure that the campaigns are bringing back the ROI, the return on ad spend, and with it the return on investment. You're not focusing on really optimizing them for the ultimate success. So what are the advantages of hiring and engaging with an agency? Well, first, this is all they do. PPC is their daily bread, and they're always focused on what's going on in the PPC space. They're keeping on track, they're getting updated, they know all the newest feature and so forth. Second, they have experience in managing multiple accounts, so they see different patterns and they come up with more effective strategies as a result of it. Third, they have most of the time direct access and fast access to the customer support, and they have a dedicated Google representative that is assisting them. Also, as a last reason, they get special or early access to beta features that Google is not laying out to the public yet. So when you're hiring an agency, you might want to ask them a couple of questions, including the following. What I found to be very important: did they spend their own money when learning the PPC skill set? If you don't spend your own money, you never have the pain than if you have it when you spend your own money. If you have pain, that also means that you're actually learning way faster. It makes you getting smarter faster. The second thing what you want to dig into is it actually an agency? Do they have redundancy by having enough internal resources? Do they have multiple specialists, or is it only a one-man show that is going to deal with your account? It's very important. What happens if this one person is leaving or something happens to this person? If it's only the founder himself who's managing it, what happens if he is getting sick and so forth? So you want to have redundancy. And another important aspect to watch out for is, does this agency focus on PPC only, or do they offer multiple services like web design, SEO, and so forth? You want to see it's basically a red flag if they're offering a lot of things. The reason is, just imagine yourself with a brain injury, and do you want to go and see the general doctor for that, or are you rather going to the specialist? A specialist is focusing there really deep in their knowledge in this particular field. So in that case, that makes sense. Another reason, the last reason, is watch out for case studies and the results. If you can, get references from previous clients that have worked with them in the past, and make sure that they have enough social proof. There are enough salespeople out there in the market. They can promise you everything, but they can actually not really perform. And the gap between good performing ads, Google Ads agencies or PPC agencies, and non-good performing agencies is just like the Grand Canyon. It's huge. I hope that was helpful. If you find it helpful, please go to wonderads.agency and subscribe to our newsletter, where you can find more tips and PDFs and so forth. Until then, take care.